Hey, how's it going, mate?
I'm here, my brother. Good,
Can't
good,
hear
good.
you.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah,
Okay,
just need to turn the volume up a bit.
okay, great, great. So, what game are you watching now?
Just bear with me a second. Right, speak, mate.
What game are you watching?
That's better. I can hear you better now. I've just got the 3 o'clock the updates on. I'm not watching a particular game.
Okay, let me go on a game then. You okay? Crystal Palace losing 2-0 to Burnley, almost half time. Okay,
Where do I see the details for this, mate?
which one? What details? Like the
Like who's in the chat and who's in the chat and stuff. I can't see no chat. I can't see any where the people are joining or what. I can't see none of it.
Okay, I don't see it as well. I don't see anyone join the chat as yet, but I'm seeing my comment, so I think it's working.
Cool.
Yep, no problem. We'll just crack on and then people will join. Let me share it. Let me go on YouTube to share
Well,
it.
Rangers have gone a 1-0 up, mate.
I'm gonna check it as well. I'm gonna pull up my soccer sofa to make sure I can get the Rangers. Because I always keep all the scores because remember I do cover all leagues, so I do watch them.
So where would it tell me on this if people are joining and not chatting?
I don't know. It says people joining because I'm not seeing any comments here.
It's
Guys, if
there in
you
the top corner, in it with the eye.
okay, guys, if you're actually inside the stream, let me know if you're hearing us well and leave your thoughts on any one of the
I don't think
situations.
anybody's in, mate. It says there two viewers. Hello, guys, and welcome to the show. Second Fandom Live. We're here to discuss Liverpool and Leicester, and also the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and also get you guys to get involved and share your opinions. But first of all, I want to quickly just touch on the Liverpool Leicester game because I think people are blowing this right out of proportion with what's going on with Liverpool. I really do. We have to give them some breathing space. The club have gone on a 3-4 season run of continuous football, getting to the end of European competitions, playing extra games, and people are talking like that. It's a catastrophe that this season, the fourth season after winning, the Champions League, the Premier League, getting to UEFA Cup final as well as the previous Champions League final that they got to. And people are saying, "Oh well, Liverpool are not the same without Van Dijk." Well, I'm sorry, but I think, in my view, Liverpool are just suffering from the fact of fatigue and the fact that they've played so much football and they've put so much energy into the games in the European Cups, in the Premier League over the last 2-3 seasons. I think they're just burnt out. I just simply think they're burnt out, me, mate. I'd love to know what you think. And I know you've got quite a different view because obviously you're a Manchester City fan, so obviously you might look at it slightly different. But for me, mate, it's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. Hello, Gregory, George Bratt. How's it going, mate? How's it going? That's a Russian, a guy from Russia that I've been talking to. How's it going, mate? I've been watching some of your videos. You're doing some good stuff there in Russia, although I'm struggling to understand the language, mate.
Yep, he's in Russia. Okay, cool. I am George. Hope you're okay. For me, what I was going to do, I was going to share the content, the stream. I was sharing it on my platforms. But nevertheless, I saw it completely different from you. I think this Liverpool's team ain't as good as what people sold us before. Like Sky Sports and all of those guys, they weren't as good as those all-time beating teams. But they were a good team, a good collective team. So once Van Dijk was actually injured, he's one of the spine. Because if people that watching this video know anything about football, you have 3/3 of the pitch: defensive, attacking, and midfield third. You always need one of your spines to be in form or on the pitch. So Van Dijk, Henderson or Fabinho, and then you have Firmino. Those are the three guys that has to be on the pitch to make the game flow. So once you had a lot of disruption in the game or in the team itself, you're gonna have a lot of problems, and that's what I saw. You get me? So
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
No, I get that, mate. Hello, Stephen Allen. How's it going, mate? Good to have you in the show. Irish Wex scammers. Boring, boring, boring. Well, that's your choice, mate. Considering we've only been going for 5 minutes, it's a bit of an unfair judgment, really, isn't it? Considering, you're
Yeah,
not
but
even probably only just logged in and you're judging us already. So, not really interested if you find it boring, mate, to be fair. Don't watch if you find
his
it
name
boring.
is Scammer. He said his name is Scammer. So I think
Yeah.
he's just playing with you.
Just on the wind up, mate. Just on the wind up. No problem. Not problem at all. Well, yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. If you are watching, great to want to have your views and opinions shared about obviously the games that are happening now and also the Liverpool Leicester game. But yeah, mate, you make a good point about Liverpool. But I would point out that Liverpool were attacking and scoring goals and doing everything right before Van Dijk came in, apart from defensively.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
Yes,
bit
yes.
really, it's not really. I get where you're coming from, but I think it's a
Yep.
little bit unfair to
No,
say that
no,
not
but
one
it's
man is causing
perfect.
all them problems.
It's perfect to what I've actually said, because I said you need a spine of a team to be fully functional. Liverpool were actually scoring before Van Dijk. That's exactly what you said. Van Dijk offers the defensive stability. That's why they went on to do greatness. So the difference between a Liverpool without a Van Dijk is just a scoring machine that can't defend. That's the exact thing happening to them now. They're
Yeah,
shipping goals.
no, but the thing is, you're right in a way. But I would the point I would make is before Van Dijk came in, they were scoring goals. Now they are struggling to score goals. Now, right
Yeah,
now,
but that because they ain't having only Van Dijk out, they have a lot of people out inside the spine, because that's the similar thing that Jurgen Klopp says that I said. You have players that are there to boost the confidence, because confidence, the mental side of football is like 25 to 35%. It's not
yeah,
small, it's not 5%. So if you know that the person behind you, you're not comfortable with him, believe me, man, your judgment, what you're going to do is going to be much more selfish, and you ain't going to pass the ball. You're going to hold on to the ball and try to do individual things rather
yeah.
than passing the ball, because you're not comfortable with Kabak coming in today, because he ain't Van Dijk, but you don't realize that he might can pass better than Van Dijk and Gomez. You get me? But you don't
Yeah.
know nothing about him, so you're not going to give him the time of day because you're already down on the slope. So that's the difference for me.
Let us know, guys. What do you guys think about Liverpool? I'm obviously thinking that they just run out of steam through the last couple of years and what they've put into the competition. And I think it's fair to say, mate, I do think it's fair to say that when a club get to a European final, it does drain them. The travel, the excitement, the adrenaline. By the time they've got it all out the way, it drains them. And Liverpool, and also we have to take into account when you play in the Champions League final, you play an extra. You still, the players are still obliged to be at the club for an extra. I think it's 3 weeks after the season's started. So all of
Mm-hmm.
the players are going on their holidays. If they've got international duty, they're going on their holidays and then they're going on international duty. If you go to the Champions League final, you don't get that privilege of having a holiday. You go to the Champions League final, you get a week off, and then you pretty much straight away go to your national team.
Yeah,
Let
I
us know,
got you. I got
guys.
you.
Let us know what you guys think.
Jimmy Saville says, "Why the f YouTube recommended this to me? It maybe you watched football contents and then we posted something about something that you watched before. That's the way our algorithm works. So what you could do, if you like the content, you can subscribe to the channel or post a question, and then based on how we answer, you can subscribe." Because maybe you might learn something. So never jump to judge the book by its cover. That's what I would say, Jimmy Saville. Yeah.
Stephen Allen saying injuries a big issue. Yeah, mate, that is a fair point. That is a fair point. I mean, that's what you're saying, aren't you, JD? You're saying that Liverpool clearly struggling through lack of strength
Yep.
in depth, whereas I'm thinking that they're struggling just through burnout. I simply think it's burnout. I really do. I think 4 seasons of going at it and giving it, apart from the domestic cup competitions, they've been giving it everything in the Premier League, everything in the Champions League, and I think they just run out of steam. And plus the fact that Liverpool haven't brought in anything significant.
Yeah, but
to freshen the team up.
that's where I said I am okay with what they said. They gave everything, but keep in mind they were dubbed as the best or one of the greatest assembled squad. So they should be able to deal with things like this. City have been doing this for 6 years running. 6 years running, and they are still here. So if you're one of the greatest assembled squad, you should be here. So you can't say they were doing it for 3 years.
You're saying they're still here, but they wasn't here last season.
City was there last season.
No,
They
they
had the
didn't.
injuries.
What did City win last season? What did they achieve last season?
What placement they came last season? What placement? Second, right?
What did they achieve last season?
They went further than Liverpool in the Champions League.
But that doesn't matter if they win it.
No. It counts. It counts. Let me explain. It's not a bias. Just let me explain. It's not a bias. I'm talking about the amount of games these guys go in. Klopp himself came out and said that he doesn't have enough players to play in certain competition. Then he started on the kids in the cups. That's disrespectful. That's not an all-time beating team. That's not an all-time great team. Every single all-time great teams, because both of us are old enough to watch the Man United treble, the Chelsea's dominance team, the Arsenal dominance team, and then we know about the City's dominance. All of those teams, what they had in common was going for every single trophy every single year. Jurgen Klopp only targets one trophy per year. Because he says he actually said it out of his own mouth that he doesn't have the squad to do certain things, and then people give him pass to field kids in the FA Cup, field kids in the Carabao Cup. Those things are disrespectful to the English game.
But mate, all clubs do that. All clubs.
Did you watch City's lineup?
No, but I'm
2
saying,
days ago?
mate, if City have got big games, right? If they've got Champions League games on the horizon, I have seen Manchester City play a weakened team in the cup. All Premier League clubs are guilty of doing it. So it's not just Liverpool. I get what you're saying, that they're disrespecting the cup, and I totally agree with that. But I would also argue that all Premier League clubs are guilty of doing that at some point. Even the clubs. What gets me is when we see clubs like Crystal Palace doing it. It's like, what are you doing? You're not going to win the Premier League.
Yeah, but
why do you not?
You said all clubs are doing it. I've watched Everton and Tottenham, and that was one of their strongest squads. I've watched City. That was one of their strongest squad. I've watched Arsenal. That previously did it under Wenger. Wenger brought in this stupid thing, Wenger brought in this stupid thing of feeling kids, He was the one brought it in. If you remembered, he was the one brought in kids.
I know Wenger did it a lot.
He literally said it's a kid's job. He wants to take those competitions to groom the kids to come into the Premier League team. That's what he said in 2001.
Yeah.
I know we will sound a little bit
old.
Fair,
mate, I don't think it was just Wenger, because Big Sam used to do it a lot with Bolton, and he used to wind me up as a Bolton fan.
But that wasn't 2001.
Sorry?
That wasn't 2001. That was like 2004 or 5, right?
But what I'm trying to say is, from the second that Bolton got in the Premier League, Big Sam was doing that in every cup competition. He was playing a weakened team for Bolton in every competition, and every time we was in the domestic cup, because all he's seen as priority was keeping Bolton in the Premier League. Now, I get that that's important financially, but from a fan point of view, you want to see a club competing for trophies. You don't want to just see a team dodging relegation every season. You want to see a club competing for trophies. So I think that all clubs, all I'm pointing out is I think that all clubs are guilty of playing weakened teams at some stage in the competition.
But we don't want to come off the Liverpool's point. So really and truly, you're saying it's because Liverpool had such hard schedule over 3 years, it took a toll on them. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, mate.
Okay, fair play, fair play. I've said it was the injury. Here you have a comment from Red Devil Studio. That's one of
Yeah.
my friends that I do
Well,
videos with.
you were right
He's
about
also
Liverpool.
English.
What we right about, mate? Red Devil Studio. What are
No,
we
no,
right
no.
about?
Because at the start, because at the start of the season, I predicted that Liverpool will finish below third on his show, and I explained why. I was the only one on planet Earth saying this is not FIFA. Liverpool play a pressing style. Thiago Alcantara holds the ball up. It's
Yeah.
not going to work because what they used was the fullbacks for their attacking outlets. You understand me?
Yeah.
Thiago Alcantara holds the ball up, so that can't work. And now I saw all these big shows 6 months later saying the same thing that people said I was stupid to talk about. Because
Yeah.
I was the only one on YouTube played football at a high enough level to know that. You understand me? You won't see them coming back to my channel saying, "Oh, sorry, bro, you were spot on correct, man. I'm gonna share a link." No,
Mate,
because
you got
people.
Red Devil Studio here saying that he believes you're right, if that's what he's talking about. But to be quite honest, mate, I don't care about predictions. That doesn't
I'm on a
interest me,
stream, Akeem.
predictions. That predictions are just, just if people want to bother about predictions, that's fine. For me, I look at what clubs do over the course of a season or two. I look at that. I look at the bigger. But I don't get stuck on stats and stuff like that. I look at how a pattern of players, how a club's pattern develops over a season or two. That's how I
Yep,
look at it.
fair enough,
Anyway,
fair enough.
JD, I want to get your opinion on all these games being cancelled. And you guys in the chat, please drop a like, subscribe. We'd very much appreciate it. But overall, we want you to get involved in the conversation and let us know what you're thinking about Leicester, about Liverpool, and about all UK football. This channel is for you guys to come and get involved. So come and share your opinions. We can only react if we see you put comments in, guys. So come and share your thoughts. But yeah, JD, I want to ask you, mate, what do you make of all these games being cancelled? Because up in Scotland, particularly, the League One and League Two in Scotland, particularly, have been cancelled indefinitely at the minute. The
Indefinitely.
Championship in Scotland has had a number of games cancelled because of frozen pitches, and we are now seeing that it is starting to filter down into England, and the lower leagues in England are now starting to have a number of games postponed because of frozen pitches, waterlogged pitches, things like that. And I think we're going to see a knock-on effect. What I'm trying to ask you is, what do you think, and do you think it's going to mean that some of the leagues might be cancelled because the build-up of the amount of games to play?
Yes, for the smaller leagues, I think it might just cost them. You get me? But for the Premier League is way too big to fail.
No,
And
no,
that's
I'm not meaning the Premier League, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
but for the smaller leagues, 100%, they are in tough times because the pandemic and natural disasters, anything can call them off. Keep in mind, these guys are already losing money coming in. So if any little incident that will cost them more, they're going to say, "Oh, no, 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 no. If we're not going to get support from either the country or something, we're not going to let this continue. We will just ride out this year and then we will return back next year." And I think I find it fair. I actually found it fair, to be honest. I found it fair. If you're gonna risk your future over just one season, I think you just call it off. So I'm pretty much okay with that. I know it's going to.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, I thought you'd finished. My apologies. Hello, DJ Samuel. Great to have you in the chat, mate. That's a fan zone member. How you doing, mate? We were talking about Liverpool and Leicester, and obviously we're asking for your thoughts, but we're also talking about all these games that are getting cancelled or postponed within the lower leagues. Now, I get what you're saying, JD, but what I'm trying to point, obviously, Football Fandom is about all UK football. So I'm trying to think of what impact that this is going to have. I get that a lot of people are focused on the Premier League. I get that.
I was coming to my point of how it's going to impact the entire football industry. Because look, the way in which the entire UK football industry connects is through the cups. Them, you understand? So the smaller competitions, and in Europe also, it has been linked by competitions like outside competitions, the Europa Cup and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if one of those teams will drop out of the competition, obviously it's in the knockout stage. No, for all competitions. That's why it's not going to hurt the entire football industry in UK as yet, because you can just forfeit those 3 points and call it a day. But if it was in the group stage for one of the Scottish teams and stuff in the Europa League or something, it would have cost them massively. But because it's not at that point, it's not going to be so tough overall.
Right, you make a fair point, but can I just point something out to you? Some of these games, and I think I can't remember. I was talking to one of the fan zone members the other day, and they were telling me about their club getting a game cancelled. The problem with some of these games being cancelled, mate, or postponed, is that the referees are leaving it till the last minute to postpone these games. So it's meaning that clubs, let's say, for example, Portsmouth or Bristol Rovers, have travelled up to Carlisle. They have travelled up there. They've paid travel costs. They've paid hotel costs, and then they've got to travel back and go back to play the game again because the referees have left it so late to postpone the games. This with the current pandemic and that affecting clubs' finances already. Is this good? You know, the referees. Is this a real negative and bad management by the FA and the EFL to be leaving it so late to postpone games and costing clubs money in costs of travel and hotel costs? When they know what the weather is, they can watch the weather report just like me.
Okay, no, I get what you're saying. No, I got your point now. I think it's a inappropriate way to do things. Yes, but they will actually reimburse them. It has to be. It can't be any other way around it. You understand? Once you know that you have your billing, that you spend such and such, they are going to refund you. I'm telling you, because too much money in the UK leagues for it to fail. Believe me, they have security money as well. Too much money, right? Even the pandemic actually rose the viewership. So it's more money for the Premier League and less money directly for the clubs, because the clubs usually get the money from the seats. No, the Premier League getting it directly from the TV rights. You understand?
Yeah. But that's dangerous, mate. That's dangerous because that means we've got a go between. But
that means they can help out smaller clubs if they are actually in that problematic situation. So maybe that's only taking away from the bigger clubs. That's why they are trying to forcefully start their own leagues.
Yeah.
Because they want everything for themselves. So that's how it connected. So I think it's okay. It's okay. It's actually okay.
Hello, Stuart. Good to see you, mate. If you guys want to check out Stuart's channel, he's a Hearts fan and he's doing a YouTube channel about Hearts and he does some great content. How's it going, mate? Thanks for dropping in. DJ Samuel is saying, who do you think going to win today's Spurs v Manchester United? V Manchester City. Well, we'll be talking about that very soon, mate, because IMAX... JD is doing a show with regards to Spurs v Man City after we've finished here, and I'll be joining him hopefully on that show to support. And obviously, you can come and check out that. But while we're on the subject, mate, you being a Man City, do you want to share your thoughts on that game before it starts?
For me, as I've said before, Jose Mourinho, his playing style is a kryptonite to Pep Guardiola. And keep in mind, any manager can defeat any manager. It's just because listen, everything is in context. Look, big clubs have a standard of play. They can't come out and play defensive. They have to play a slight attractive enough for the owner to be pleased. That was the barrier around certain performances and certain results, and that's why Pep can defeat Liverpool that way, because Liverpool weren't going to come out and sit back and cause as much chaos because he's going to stop football from playing. Well, for some reason, Daniel Levy have actually given Jose Mourinho that green light to get points any way possible. So he's going to come out, put a back 10 and back 9 I should say, and put Son on the wing and try and get something out of the game. And it seems to always work against City. You get me? So that's the whole problem. It's a hard game to predict. Yes, I predicted 3-1 and I actually bet on it. But it's a very tricky game. It might just turn up tougher than a Liverpool's game. And it might just turn up City win 6-0 or 6-1 because they scored 2 quick goals at the start. And then Jose will get unraveled. And that's the whole story about it. It all depends who score within the first 15 minutes. Because if Jose scored in the first 15 minutes, oh my God, you're in for a dead-ass game.
Yeah, there's loads of buses.
Very bad game.
All the London buses will be in the back line if Tottenham score.
Very bad game. Very bad game. 90 shots from City on target, but 11 men in the goal, so you can't score. Just like the next game, and then you get a counter-attack with Son and his pace. That's what's going to happen if they do score. But if City scores within the first 30 minutes, just as how I've bet, City will win 3-1 or above. That's what I actually bet.
Right. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. So there you go. DJ Samuel, there's your prediction off IMAX. I will leave my prediction till we actually go on IMAX's show so later on, and then I will share my thoughts. Thanks, Stuart. Very much appreciated. Yeah, mate, I was waiting to do the live stream until I hit 500 subscribers because I didn't really see the point in doing live streams before that. And obviously now I've gone past the 500 subs mark. That's why I thought I'd start doing the live stream. Plus, my mate IMAX has been helping me do catch up with some of the learning with regards to how best to do the live stream because obviously, unless you've actually had a go at it, then you don't know. And obviously, me being an older guy, mate, I'm not as natural at this computer stuff.
Stop
I know
saying you're older guy. We're
I
both
feel
old.
like an old man. I feel like an old man with some of these youngsters.
we are both old because I am like 10 years older than some of my friends as well.
Yeah, but I'm meaning a reference to Stuart because he's a young lad, mate. So he's been doing a few live streams, but he grew up with this technology. I didn't. So, you know, it comes more natural to him. Because he's, like I say, he's young lad, so he's grown up with it. We didn't grow up with it, mate.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with any one of those technologies as well. I grew with them, but not up with. I grew without them, but I grew with it. Maybe like 13, 14.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, Stuart's just saying Burnley playing very well, enjoying the game, enjoyed the Liverpool game too. Did you watch it? Yeah, I did watch the Liverpool game, mate. We was just talking about that a minute ago. And yeah, you're using StreamYard as well. Yeah, it was IMAX that recommended StreamYard to me, so thanks a lot, mate. But yes, the Liverpool game was good. And thank you very much, Stuart. Like I say, guys, if you want to, if you're interested in Scottish football, and you obviously can drop a like and subscribe to our channel, Football Fandom. We do Scottish football, but Stuart also does a Hearts channel where he does a lot of Hearts stuff, but also talks about general Scottish football. So you can go and check out his channel. But thanks for joining us, Stuart. Much appreciated.
Well, any one of you guys, what you can do is, if you do like my conversation, you can subscribe over the channel, but leave a comment because I can't know if you subscribe or not, and then I will subscribe back to your channel and check your content out because it's football and I love football, you know, so I will watch your content and try and learn as much as possible because I don't promise you I've watched every single game in every single league. I can't do so, but I will definitely check your content out and learn from you there, you know. Yeah,
mate, you can check out when you get a chance. Check out Stuart. Like I say, he's a nice young lad, and he's making a go of it. So obviously, you guys can check out.
Just left a comment on my
I'm just looking at some of the results coming in. Sunderland are 4-1 up, and Bolton are winning 1-0. Come on, Bolton. Sunderland, 4-1 up against Doncaster. Charlton 2-2 with Gillingham. So come on, Gillingham, because that's my granddad's team. Sunderland, we just read that. Sutton United 2, Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 3. And some Scottish results. Alloa losing 1-0 to Arbroath, and the Dunfermline, Dundee, Inverness, Morton and Raith Rovers Air games were postponed because of frozen pitches, so I believe. So this is what I mean, mate. That's what I was trying to say to you earlier. There's quite a few games in Scotland getting postponed, cancelled, just because of poor pitches. Why are the FA or the SPFL not doing more to help these smaller clubs get their pitches in order? How can we have a professional league if games are getting cancelled all the time just because of weather problems with pitches? With this day and age and technology, mate, surely the SPFL and the FA and the EFL should be doing what they can to help these clubs, whether it's some kind of loan system to help these clubs get their pitches up to a standard that is suitable for the league that they're in.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. But sometimes it is what it is, because if it didn't happen now, it would have happened sometime in the future, and that's where they're going to try and address the problem. You get me? So now it happened, then they can actually address the problem, and it might fix faster than what we expect. You get me? Because people at home now, so football is life right now. It's something to look forward to. You get me? So I think they're going to run at it and try and get it started, because now we know that we are going to be in this for a longer time. You get me? I think they're going to fix a lot, because you have to look at the overall situation rather than just the football pitch itself.
Yeah. Watford are 5-0 up against Bristol City, mate. 5-0.
5-0. Let me pull up that.
Thanks, Stuart. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, I'm sure you will get a chance when you get a chance to have a chat with IMAX, JD from IMAX. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that, and appreciate you coming, getting involved in the chat. Stuart, what do you make of the fact that all these games getting cancelled in Scotland, mate? Because there's been a lot of games cancelled in Scotland. I'd love to know what your opinion of it is, mate. Let us know in the comments. Stephen Allen is firmly winning 3-0. Yeah, mate, I've been keeping an eye on the scores here, and Norwich are 2-0 up against Stoke as well. But yeah, great result for Burnley getting that, because obviously I think they lost the other day, didn't they? Did they lose in the cup? Yeah, they lost to Bournemouth in the cup, didn't they? Yeah, in the cup. Yeah. So that was a bit of a surprise, because obviously Bournemouth dropped down into the Championship. So I think they're going to come straight back up, mate. I do.
Yeah, but their playing style and the experience do help them. They're just a Premier League team dropped down. That's it, and that's what shows in that match.
Yeah. What do you make of Norwich? Norwich are looking really good this season. I think
it's the age of attractive football. I think the physicality out of football, it's kind of getting to the wayside. So
it's old fashioned. The people are seeing it as old fashioned, like me, mate.
Yes, the old fashioned football really kind of getting eradicated by how people set up with their tactics nowadays. So all of these teams that coming up that's playing attractive football, I think they have life after Leeds. Because Leeds show them the blueprint how you go at teams. Don't come out here. Norwich started the season just like that, Keep in mind, you remember when they played Liverpool and they just came up. They should have actually won that game, because they created enough chances to win that game. They were just poor with their finishing, but they didn't follow on after that, because after that big loss, they like took too much of the result rather than anything else. Leeds came in, got a bad result against Liverpool in the first game. What they did, they went in the next game and the same way, and the next game after, and tell the crowd that this is the way we are going to play. You have to just like it, and other teams as well. So you have to be on your A game every single time for you to get a point against us. And they did turn over a lot of big teams.
Yeah, that's fair, dude. But would you if you had a team from today's game playing against a team from say 20 years ago, how do you think it'd go? Because obviously teams that played 20 years ago, like you just said, played a lot more physical football and a lot more aggressive. Whereas today, I mean, today when I was watching that Leicester game, I like watching Liverpool. I do normally like watching Liverpool. I was disgusted to see Mo Salah falling over,
No. Even Liverpool fans kind of getting upset with Mo Salah. Mo Salah is just a diving cheat right now.
But why does he need to do that? And it's not the first player that we've seen do that, mate. Why does he need to do that?
I think it's a part of his game. You know,
But
it's just a part of him.
all he's doing is making himself a target because people are recognising that he's diving. So I don't
Yes.
understand why players do this, because they get noticed for it, and we've seen it. I mean, when Ronaldo was in the Premier League at one point, he got a bit of a reputation for doing it because when he first came, he was great, very attack minded, very aggressive in his attack style. But any player went near him when he first came to England, and he'd go over he'd fall over dead easy, and he
Yeah.
started. But I think Fergie started to talk to him and say, "Look, you need to get that out of your game," and he did. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're spot on, but sometimes it's just in the nature of the player. That's all I can say. I can't give them less credit. I can't give them more credit. Some of them are just bad.
All I'm pointing out, mate, is why is he not recognising himself that he's making himself a target? That's the only point I'm making. Yes, Stuart. Stuart is saying it's really a heavy snow up here, mate. So I can understand why many games have been cancelled off here in Edinburgh. We've had about 12 inches of snow, so I can imagine what it's like up north. So obviously, he's referring to the lower leagues further north.
Yes, yes,
Obviously,
yes.
a lot of the lower leagues in Scotland are further north.
But not just the lower leagues. Didn't you hear what Klopp said? Alison's toe was frozen. And that was -1. That was
Yeah.
-1. So
Yeah.
sometimes
Mate, yeah. But to be fair, mate, if you've ever been to Scotland, you'd see the difference. There is the weather difference. What we get in England compared to the Scottish is quite drastic in winter.
okay,
In the
okay,
north of
okay.
in the north of England, you get a little bit of a slim, scattering of snow. In Scotland, they literally, mate. The further north you get, the more snow you get. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, okay,
So,
okay.
so this
Fair,
is
fair.
why I'm saying, why are the Scottish, the SPFL, not doing more to help them? It's been an issue for years, and with the money being invested in games, in football now, I do not understand why the SPFL are not doing something to address this problem. Because seriously, mate, the amount of games getting cancelled up there is absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. And it's something that can be dealt with if the SPFL did something to help these clubs get the finances in place to upgrade. All you need is undersoil heating. If you have undersoil heating,
Yeah,
the
but
pitch will
on
not
the side,
freeze.
but you can't just do it over 2 months. It will take a while to get done. So what you have to do is set a time that you're going to get it completed. If leagues have to cancel now, at least it's not going to cancel ever again.
Yeah.
So at least you're fixing the problem. So that's what I'm saying. Some people have to just bear the bad end of the stick for the problem to be solved. That's how I can look at it. That's the only way I can look at it. To be honest.
I have got sorry, mate, to interrupt you. Yeah, DJ Samuel saying Norwich 2, Stoke 1. That's very, like I said, we've just been talking about Norwich, mate, and they are doing very well this season. So I'm not surprised to see them winning. Stuart saying, yeah, I agree. Salah is just falling over when he could easily just score. Diving in is too common, and players are too soft these days. Well, mate, I respect that comment, especially coming from you. Not because what I mean by coming from you, because you're a young lad, so you don't remember the older games where there was a lot more physicality of it. He's also saying, I want to add that I think it's disgrace that Scottish League 1 and below have been cancelled for the time being. I totally agree, mate. That makes absolutely no sense considering the other two leagues are still playing.
Updated, 3-1. Norwich scored again. 3-1,
Right, yeah. And what I was
yeah.
just going to touch on, mate, is that Hamilton Academical are 4-0 up against Motherwell. That is a derby. That is a Scottish derby. And that is massive, mate. That is really massive. Motherwell are having an unbelievably poor season to their standard. So I am shocked to see Hamilton 4-0 up against Motherwell. I thought Motherwell would win this one today. I really did. Especially considering that I think they played Celtic the other day and they lost. So I'm quite surprised to see Motherwell at home losing 4-0. Let me know, guys, what you make of that result. Stuart's also saying, yeah, Hearts pictures undersoil heating, so we don't have any problems with the snow or ice. Mate, that's a fair point, but you obviously do have problems if you're playing away against a club that don't have under soil heating, and that's
Mm-hmm.
the problem in it. It's the same with Bolton. Bolton have the same problem. We got under soil, we've got a pitch and a stadium that's the Premier League standard, but the clubs that we're playing have got stadiums that are non-league standard, and this is where there's an imbalance in the lower leagues. But yeah, what do you make of that, mate? He's saying that it's basically from Stuart's point of view in respect of Scottish leagues particularly.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the fact of the Highlands, the clubs in the Highlands that are
Mm-hmm.
struggling more with for frozen pitches and stuff. I
Yes,
think that's what
I
he's
think
getting at.
I think it's correct, yes, but I think just to make sure the leagues work, I think they're gonna go and adjust it. So even if the clubs didn't have enough money to complete the job, I think the federations will get it started just to make everything run, because it's so much money. People watching every single league right now, every single division, because people at home now. So I think they're gonna fix it. Believe me, it's gonna be fixed faster than what you believe.
I don't agree. I'm sorry. I don't agree. Not with the SPFL. Not with the
Okay,
SPFL are an absolute joke, mate. If you honest to God, if
okay,
you take notice of what's going on in Scottish football, the SPFL are unbelievably biased. And I am not the only. I'm not saying that. I'm neutral.
okay, okay. Well,
When
just
I
give it
watch
little time.
Scottish, when I watch Scottish football, I watch it as a neutral. I have no bias to any club. I just watch it as a neutral because I like Scotland, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I've seen of some of the standards in the Scottish League, the referees, mate, make it so obvious sometimes with some of the decisions that they are prepared to make decisions based on which club is bigger.
Okay, okay. Well, I will keep a tab on it to make sure you're correct. But once they do fix it, I'm gonna call you up and say, they fixed the problem. Maybe you are correct, but because they want more money and they saw it as a long-standing success, they're going to get it solved. So you're still correct, but they're going to fix the problem because they need to get everything as a collective running. And that's what I'm telling you with approach of the virus and stuff. People do things different. They are doing it for this. They are doing the same thing you're saying. They're not fixing it because of the club. They're fixing it because they know that okay, 5 or 6 matches will play a year per season, and we can make such and such money. Okay, it's gonna cost we 5% of that. Alright, we're willing to risk that because it's more money in the end. That's what people looks at right now.
Mm, yeah.
It's just more money.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys, and don't forget to drop a sub. That would be very much appreciated and helpful for the future of the channel. Stuart is just pointing out exactly what I'm saying, mate. This is what I'm trying to get at to you. The Inverness have 4 games in hand on most teams because of frozen pitches. So in other words, they got 4 games. They're 4 games behind. Now, I know that some of the other Scottish clubs in the lower leagues, in League One and League Two, could be getting as much as 10 games behind because of all the games cancelled. This is not sustainable because you're going to have clubs playing deep into the summertime, playing the catch-up games so that they get less of a summer break.
Yep, yep, fair enough. 4 games
Um,
behind. That
Z
sounds like Aston Villa.
Prestige Prestige Quick Scope saying hi. Hello, mate. Great to have you on the show. We've just been talking about Scottish football and the amount of games that's been cancelled up there, as well as in England. It's starting to have a knock-on effect with the weather. And we're just asking fans what they think of the amount of games being postponed due to frozen pitches and waterlogged pitches, particularly in Scotland. And we're also keeping up with the results. If you guys like what we're doing here and you like the show, drop a subscribe and don't forget to like. Also, go over to IMAX, check out IMAX's channel. I have tried to put a link in the description, but I'm not sure if I've got it right because, like I said, this is the very first
It
time.
will be rectified in the future.
This is
We're
the
going to
very
get
first
started.
time I've used this StreamYard, so I'm still getting to know it. Like I said, guys, but I have tried to put the link in. But if you haven't, if the link's not there, you can simply type it in IMAX Football and go and check out what JD's doing on his channel. Great show. What he's been doing in respect of all football across Europe and around the world. Whereas obviously here on Football Fandom UK, we are more specific about the UK football and UK fans.
Yeah,
So would you
but
like to have a
people
look at that, mate?
but you have to tell them to subscribe regardless, because at one point you're going to do something that they do like, because we're football heads, so we're going to cover
There
something
you
that
go,
they do
mate.
like, you know.
Stuart's just dropped you a sub on your channel, mate. So thank you very
Oh,
much for that,
Stuart,
Stuart.
just leave a comment under the video so I can know your channel and go back to it and try and check out your contents as well, because I'm willing to learn about different leagues, and I want to cover different leagues as well.
Yeah, so mate, that's what I was just trying to point out, that you're doing a lot more football around Europe and stuff, whereas obviously I'm concentrating on UK football, because the channel that I'm trying to build is about fans. It's about bringing fans together. I want to build a fan community based off this channel. I'm not just interested in stats and games. I'm interested in building a fan channel for fans of the
Yep,
UK
but
football.
it once you're active, it will work, my brother. I told you it will work, because most people have always been mistreated because their clubs are smaller. So don't be surprised you're getting more views and the numbers more, because people appreciate people that looks out genuinely. Most of these guys just doing it for views, as what I've told you before. So we crack on and do what we're doing, you know, because that's
Yeah.
what counts at the end of the day.
No, yeah, you're right, mate. I'm just pointing out to the audience, because obviously the channel's still quite new, so I'm just trying to point out what the channel's about. I'm trying to, like you said, there's a lot of YouTubers out there doing stuff. A lot of YouTubers that are not making the greatest content and just jumping on about. I'm trying to do something different, mate. I'm not criticizing anybody else for what they're doing on their channel. I am trying to. When I started this, my intention was to build a channel that represents fans. Obviously I want to talk about games, I want to talk about results, of course I do, but I want this channel to represent fans. Stuart has just said, obviously he's dropped you a sub, and Quick Scopes, ZZ Prestige, Quick Scopes is saying Hamilton 4-1 now against Motherwell, and he's also saying that he can't find your channel. If you can't find it, mate, it's quite easy. It's at IMAX at IMAX Football. If you can't find it still, then drop me a message on social media, Instagram, Twitter, or
Yes,
Facebook.
I think Stuart posted it. Stuart posted it, a link that someone can. It's clickable inside your chat. It's clickable. So once they pressed it, it's gonna go directly to the thing. So I think it's okay.
Yeah,
Stuart's.
Just trying to tell him that I'll send him the link if it's needed. That's all, mate.
Yeah, Stuart says he loves our attitude towards YouTube. Stuart, you know why? Be honest, I came on YouTube and I made everything that everyone's actually rushing down before. You understand me? And now I'm starting off myself, because when I started off YouTube, I started off posting clips and everything, like post-match analysis from others. And I'm saying, but I played football at some of the highest levels, so why is it I just don't talk about it? And go there and let people know what I'm actually feeling. I think it's personal. Maybe it's not going to get as big, as fast as others, but I think after people realize how much I do know about football, they might just stay with me and we can build a friendship for the future. And that's how I started doing it by myself. So, and that's the attitude, you know. So that's why I'm not here chasing money, because I know it's going to come once I'm doing the right work. You get me? Because I've already made it already on YouTube in a different department.
Just to let you know, guys, Norwich are now 3-1 up against Stoke City. So yes, and Cardiff 3-0 up against Coventry. And I'm just trying to bring
5.
Hull 0-0 with MK Dons, Nottingham Forest 0-0 with Burton, Plymouth 1-0 up against Fleetwood, Sunderland 4-1 against Doncaster, and also, sorry, what's that last one I can see? Did I just read that one? I think I did, didn't I? I didn't know that Sheffield Wednesday against Swansea have been postponed. Obviously, something to do with the pitch as well. But yeah, guys, keep dropping your comments in and get involved in the chat. But yes, yeah, I'm actually, like I said, mate, I get like what you say, with what you're doing. You know, obviously, you talked to me quite a bit with regards to the fact that you used to play football and what you like doing your channel to share your opinions from a football point of view. But me personally, mate, I'm just wanting to share my opinions from a fan point of view. This is what This is why I will keep stressing it every video that I do and every live that I do. That for me, what made me start Football Fan Den was the fact that I feel there's a disconnect with the clubs and these rich owners taking control of clubs. Perfect example is the club that you support, Manchester City. You know, the big owners coming in with deep pockets financially, and I think that, you know, that some clubs, particularly, obviously, it's not. I wouldn't say it's as much apparent with Man City right now, but it's definitely obvious with Man United. That club take the fans for granted, mate.
One second, let me just tell Moneyman Joe, you will be able to come over at the City channel. Just subscribe to Fanden here. We're just trying to make sure we build both the channels that we can always do the live stream. So in the future you can join, and you can always join on my channel, but this is Fanden's channel, and we didn't really structure it that way. So you can just stay and give us a share and support the thing just the same. He's one of my moderators as well, for my channel. So he's a good guy. Right,
is that the guy who's talking to you the other day on the show?
Yeah, but they had a lot of noise in their backgrounds and stuff. So the next time he can join and stuff. But for now, you're covering a lot of points that is pretty much important, and we want to just run through it because we're going to do the next stream as well.
Right, mate. Yes. So, have any of you heard of Bogdan? Yes, we've heard of Bogdan, mate. I'm a Bolton fan. Of course, Stuart, I've heard of Bogdan. But I'm not here to promote somebody on YouTube that's already established, mate. But yeah, I've heard of him. Thanks, Stuart, for that. Moneyman saying Liverpool lost the league. Well, yeah, mate. We were just discussing that not so long ago. That's just saying that obviously JD's opinion is that obviously that the players that are missing, they've got a lack of strength in depth. Me personally, I think that Liverpool are just suffering from the fact of injuries, but also complete burnout. I think they just shattered, mate. They won the league and they won the Champions League, and pretty much they had a minimal break and went straight back into playing again.
Sometimes I have wondered if you're a secret Liverpool fan, you know, because you keep finding. I know you're a Bolton fan. I know that. But I said, I think you're secretly loving Liverpool because you always find an excuse to give me when I have the facts.
You do the same with Manchester City. You do the same with Manchester City. I will. You know what makes me defend Liverpool? Do you know what makes me defend? The amount of haters. Because that is a club. Because that is a club with a lot of historical success.
I know that's the reason. I know that's the reason.
Because
I know.
I'm not like that. I'm not like that.
I know that's the reason. That's why you want to make
sure. Yeah, of course I'll defend
it.
And not only that, if I defend them, I know it's going to get you defending Man City. We have a good
Yeah. Yep.
What's the nose? What's that?
No, he's just maybe he's just wrong typing something, but he's here supporting, so.
If you're talking about my nose, mate, yes, I have got a big nose, and that doesn't bother me one bit. Life gives you that you know, you got to deal with what. So if that's a reference to me having a big nose, no problem.
Moneyman Joe, stop those crazy things. Let me talk about football.
Don't bother me one bit, mate. I'm man enough to take it. I can take it, no problem. I'm playing a football match with him. Who are you playing with? Who's that? Oh, right. Sorry, I get you talking about. I think are you talking about playing with Bogdan? Right, I think I'm following you now, mate. It's a YouTube charity match called Clash of Creators, and I have been selected as a small creator to play. I can't wait. Good luck with that, mate. I hope it goes well. But yeah, I see what you're getting at now. So yeah, good luck with that, mate. Wish you well, Stuart. So yeah, just a quick look over any of these results, mate. Reading 1-1 with Millwall. Birmingham losing 1-0 to Luton. Cardiff 3-0 against Coventry. League One, we have the amount of games cancelled in League One. Still 2-2 with Gillingham and Charlton. Hull 0-0 with MK Dons. And Bolton still winning 1-0. Cambridge 0-0 with Southend. And the rest of League Two has been postponed. It's absolutely
Okay.
madness, mate. The amount of games been postponed really is. But yeah, mate. What do you make of that? Watford 5-0 up against Bristol.
Yeah, yeah. Watford, right? That's what I said to you. That's what I said to you about the result. It looks like um Watford trying to come straight up because that result puts them on 51 points in fourth spot, and that's good enough for playoff, right? That's good enough for playoff. So they are doing their thing. And what? Swansea in third spot with 53 points. Brentford 57 points. So I think they can try and hold on to the fourth spot, and go into the playoff. I think.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. Yeah. Yeah, why not, Stuart? Yeah, make a video while you're doing it as well. Yeah, if you can, that's a good idea. Good luck with that, mate. Like I said, hope it goes well. Um, so, mate, I think we're getting close to the final whistle of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. So, would you like to talk a little bit about the before we call it a day? Would you like to quickly talk a little bit about the Spurs Man City game?
No problem. No problem. No
Yeah,
problem. No
I
problem.
know you shared your prediction before 3-1. What do you expect that after the game against Everton the other day that Spurs are going to park the bus this time because
Um,
they surprised a lot of people with how they played against Everton the other day.
the problem is sometimes Jose don't have any choice other than to come out and play attacking football. But now he has actually gotten that result. He has all rights to go and park the bus. So maybe this is just a good result in disguise for them. Because now he doesn't have to listen to Levy or the fans. He can just go out and do what he does best for the 3 points. And that's what's scaring me. Because now they can always, oh, you remember we set up attacking and then we get demolished. No, I have to do it, or I have to do it in order to win.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. So, have you heard? I don't really want to talk about this too much because it's outside of the UK. But what do you make of Bayern Munich winning the Club World Cup as well as the fact that they have just signed that player from RB Leipzig?
Umpa Macano.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
apparently
okay.
there's a lot
That
of big clubs interested in him.
if they do get him, because I heard that they were trying to agreed fee and everything, so it's looking like that's where he wants to go. So I think it's done because once the player wants to go there, because he had to go somewhere, and he wants to go there, and they're willing to do business with the club, I think it's already done. It's just how much he's going to go on and everything. Them winning all six trophies, I think it has been pretty much disrespectfully underrated because that was only done like this is the second time, right? The second time, and keep in mind that coach or manager is just a new guy that came in and did that, and I saw FIFA giving the awards and the manager of the year award to Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen
Right.
Klopp only won the Premier League in this season, that season before, only the Premier League. So the fuck they are disrespecting him because he's not from the most established league. It's really disrespectful because the guy did something that hasn't been done more than once. So I think they should get enough respect for that because it's something difficult and they are still around today and they are maybe the favorites to win the Champions League yet again.
Um,
Yeah, they are one of the favorites. We can't just downplay them like that because I don't see any impressive team that much in the Champions League to decide because Real Madrid ain't good.
yeah,
I think Atalanta will done them. They are gonna do them
but,
in.
but can I just make a point? Can I just make a point? When Liverpool won the Champions League, and everybody was saying how they didn't, they got easy opposition. They beat a Bayern Munich team that looked a shadow of what they do today.
Yes,
So
yes,
just the
yes.
point what I'm trying to get, obviously I know you're going to share your opinion, but the point what I'm trying to get at, mate, is that Bayern Munich can have the ups and downs that Liverpool are having right now, just as easily. Do you get what I mean? They've been strong. They dropped off for a couple of seasons. They're coming strong again. But just as quick as they're coming strong, they could drop off again. Do you get what I mean? It just swings about. A team never seems to stay at that peak for very long. It's normally a season or two, and then they have a drop off. You get what I mean?
Okay.
So I agree that they are one of the favourites. I agree that. I'm not arguing about that. I'm just saying that next year we could see a bit of a drop off for Bayern. You get what I mean?
I think so, but I am not counting on it. You know why? Because they've bought smart. They've bought younger players that are incredible, consistent. And so that means they can carry over in the other seasons. And that's what great clubs do. Like Manchester United and those guys. When the guys are getting older, they brought in the right measured age group to fit in with them, that they can just carry it over. That's why United dominated for so long. You understand? So really and truly, I think Bayern doing very good business, bringing in this young kid so they can just move up some of the other guys and just put him in. And it's going to be a continuation because they added Leroy Sané to it as well. Those are two young guys that are around for the next 10 years.
I don't rate Leroy Sané, mate.
No. If you don't rate Leroy Sané, that's a spirit 18, man.
It's because I've not seen him do enough on the pitch. That's all it is. I've not seen him do enough on the pitch. He's not doing it consistently. There's no point of player having that crazy price tag and crazy, people hyping him up all the time. You've got to show it on the pitch week in, week out, and he's not doing that.
Yeah, I get it.
It's nothing against the player personally, mate. It's just I don't think.
Well, he's my favorite player, though. He's my actual favorite player. It's
like Steven Gerrard used to get a lot of criticism, but he used to put the effort in, week out. Kevin De Bruyne is probably, to me, he's the one that gets the least acknowledgement in the Manchester City team, and he makes the biggest impact.
Because he's the hardest worker as well. But over time, I think Kevin De Bruyne will get his just due. Some of these players don't get it once they're around, but once they're actually been done with, I think people will look at his record and look at everything and realize this guy was just maybe the best player at that time, because he's amongst the top 3 best players in the world. If you're going to talk about Messi or Ronaldo, you're going to talk about KDB. So even though we are not giving him his record, his respect in England, I think worldwide people do acknowledge him, because he was the midfielder of the year in every single award, and he won everything.
I'm not on about the rest of the world. I'm on about the mainstream media, mate. I don't think.
Yeah, but England pushes narrative. They actually give Henderson the award above him for the Writers' Award. Yeah. And they were trying to make sense of it, saying that Henderson does things on the pitch that people don't know, and it doesn't record over stats. I played football. What you can talk about not recorded over stats? If you're running on the pitch recorded over stats, you're just lying. It's just a cap out. It's just a cap out for people that have limited IQ, not knowing what you're trying to do. It's just a forceful thing. The City made 100 points, and they found a way to give a Liverpool player. Yeah. But now it's in reverse, and they try to give a Liverpool player just the same, because the narrative suits the Liverpool system. You understand? So that's what I have to say. I don't have any problem on that. It's not even a big problem.
No, I never seem to do, mate. We're just having, good debate.
But I don't want to get too passionate on that,
Yeah. we want passion. Anyway, guys, I just want to quickly read out some of these results, because some results now coming to close to the end. Gillingham have gone 3-1 up against Charlton. Dundee United winning 3-0 against Livingston. I think that game's almost over. That they're going to. Lawrence Shankland again scoring, mate. This guy, have you seen him? Have you seen Lawrence Shankland? He plays for Dundee United, and he's not had as good a season this season, but last season, mate, he was on fire, absolutely on fire. And this season, he showed glimpses of it. But the reason I'm asking you about this player is because he is now getting called. Scottish fans are kind of like asking the question: should he get a Scotland national call-up? Should he be picked in the national team? Have you actually seen him? Do you know much about him?
No, I don't. I have never seen him as it, but no, you're giving me something to check up. as well,
Yeah,
because that's
Lawrence
what I do.
Shankland, take a look when you get time, mate, because honest to God, he last season, this season, obviously, he's dropped off a bit, and I think he had an injury at the beginning of the season, but he is definitely, a prospect for the Scottish national team. And if he can score for Scotland the way he's been scoring for Dundee United, then it could make Scotland a lot more dangerous in the Euros.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I'm gonna definitely check him out.
Yeah,
100%.
Stuart. That well, like I say, mate, wish you luck with that. And if it gets you a trip to London, then obviously it's travel safe, mate, and hopefully you travel you safe journey and it all goes well. Hello, PFC Portsmouth. Dylan, that is Dylan, my mate Dylan off Instagram, a fan zone member. Hi, mate. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Obviously, sorry to hear that Portsmouth game got cancelled today, but there's been a number of games cancelled in League Two. I think there's only 2 games actually gone ahead in League Two. And obviously, I'm lucky enough that Bolton are playing. So, and the last time I saw it, they were 1-0 up. Derby have gone 2-1 up against Middlesbrough, I think that was. I've seen that last minute then. Bolton are still leading. Watford are now 6-0 up against Bristol City.
Okay, 6 now. Watford doing their bits, man. But Watford had a good attitude, even when they're actually going down. Because keep in mind, they could have actually stayed up on the final day as well. You know, it was a possibility. They just needed to. Or no, Aston Villa did what they had to do, so we can't really bash them.
Alloa have levelled it with Arbroath. Huddersfield 3-2 Wickham v Huddersfield. So Huddersfield are dropping points at home today. But yeah, what do you make of the Liverpool game, Dylan? Let us know if you guys like Portsmouth content. Go and check out PFC_DY4, which is my mate Dylan on Instagram. Go and check out his account. He's doing some great Instagram content for Portsmouth. And also, guys, if you could hit that like button and subscribe, it'd be very much appreciated to show support to the channel. And also, get yourselves over to IMAX and go and check out JD's channel. He's been doing some great stuff. And obviously, he's doing a show after we're finished here with regards to the Spurs Manchester City game. So make sure you try and get on to that and check that show out if you can. Luton have gone 1-0 up against Birmingham. Oh, sorry, that's looking like a full-time score actually, I think. So yeah, Luton winning against Birmingham. So yeah, mate, it looks like the last of the results are coming in now.
Okay, no problem. Let me see what's going on.
Yes, come on. Sorry, mate, but just telling me that Bolton's nearly at the finish line. Come on, we need 3 points. Honest, if you're a Bolton fan, mate, it's like, it's like the buses, when you're waiting on the street and bus comes and then 3 come all at once. Well, that's what it feels like being a Bolton fan right now. You don't win for game after game after game, and then all of a sudden they get a win or 2 out of nowhere.
Yep. Well,
Stuart just saying, sorry, mate. Stuart just saying late winner for Wickham at Huddersfield, 2-0 down. Whoa. Sorry, what was you saying, JD? My apologies.
No, I'm saying anytime your club get a win, I can see the passion. So we need to take in a lot more Bolton games. Maybe. Hopefully Bolton can play City one day because they're doing well enough. Maybe in the FA Cup or something.
Yeah, Dylan from PFC_DY4 is just saying about Liverpool. I think Liverpool are not performing to how they would like to. Silly mistakes are costing them. Yeah, mate, we were just discussing that. Obviously, JD is up, I think, maybe a similar opinion to you with obviously his own view of it. Me personally, I think that Liverpool are just simply suffering from burnout. Through the amount of effort they put into trying to compete in the Champions League, and also the high bar. Are you listening to this, JD? The high bar that Manchester City have set in the Premier League. So Liverpool have had to step up and they've had to reach that bar. The only club in the Premier League that have challenged Manchester City's dominance, and now it's costing them because they are absolutely shattered. They are overwhelmed with injuries, and they haven't got the squad depth that Manchester City have got. So,
well, that's well said.
But mate, you've got to be saying what's going on with Man United. You know, I mean, they should be challenging you, and
yeah,
they're
but
nowhere near.
No, it's not nowhere near. Manchester United got the chance both in the Champions League and the league. They have just always find a way to mess up and then blame it on, okay, we're not here for this year. You think Alex Ferguson would have said something like that?
No, the heck, no.
We're going to go out and we're going to put our last foot forward. Every time that guy kept fighting with Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City in his era, the guy never sits down and talk about he's going to surrender titles. These managers are poor just as the players, man. They have some weak spines, man. You go out to win games. You're not signing to play a competition just to finish fourth. That's not respectful to anyone. That's why I think the Premier League...
Mate, I totally agree. It's just poor excuses from Manchester United. You guys let us know what you think in the comments below. Why are Manchester United nowhere near Man City yet? And what you know, do you agree with me? Because from me, my point of view, I think it's just excuses. Manchester,
I think it's excuses.
Man United are just stalling on excuses. They are a shadow of the team that they were. And I think, to be honest, in my personal, and this is just my personal opinion, I think they've got too many players in that squad that are just there for a payday. They're not bothered about the badge.
You're spot on, man. You're spot on.
The league's not wanting to play for the badge, and particularly Manchester United. Hello, Will. How's it going, mate? Great to have you on the show. Thank you very much for joining us. And you guys, and you can go and check out Will Burford, his channel. He's a big West Brom fan. He's also doing a YouTube channel about West Brom and also cricket. He's a big cricket fan. So go and check out his channel if you can, guys. But yeah, mate, yeah, welcome. Well, we're not close to the end of the show now because we've just been discussing results coming in and also the game earlier with Liverpool and Leicester. And I've got IMAX, JD from IMAX joining me, and we'll the IMAX. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here. JD's doing a show not long after I'm finished here with regards to the Manchester
6:30.
City
We're
game
going to start at
against
6:20.
Sorry, mate.
We're going to start. We're starting like 6:20, so within 20 minutes or less than that.
Yeah, I was just watching for the rest of the results, mate. So yeah, we'll call it a day now. I can't believe all the full-time goes. But yes, get in, mate. Bolton got the win full-time. 1-0 Bolton. Come on. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me on the show and joining me and JD. We very much appreciate your support and getting involved. Like I say, hopefully join us on future shows. Like
you need to do this a little bit more. We need to build the channel.
Yeah, my first time using this StreamYard, so obviously got to get used to it because I've noticed that there's a few things here that I'm not getting shown on the display.
Yeah, like putting up the questions. You can just click on the questions and put them on the front of the screen. Like, make sure you can do that to give
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So, I've seen you do it on your show, but I haven't thinking. But please, please, guys, just bear with me. I will get the hang of this. I just need a bit more practice. So keep dropping your views where you can, and when you have the time, it'd be very much appreciated. But yeah, the show is pretty much finished now, guys. But don't forget that JD is going to be starting a show in about 20 minutes with regards to Manchester City and the Spurs game. So drop over to IMAX's channel and go and drop a sub and a like and get viewing the show to come in the next 20 minutes. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Thank you very much, JD. Been great to have you on the channel, mate. And hopefully you will be with me again in the future.
No problem, my brother. We will always be here.
Thanks a lot, mate. And take care, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. And hopefully, if your team did get the win today, congrats. And if they didn't play, then hopefully they will get to play later on in the week. Because it is quite concerning with the amount of games being postponed. But that's something we can discuss further in future shows. But thanks a lot for joining us, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to drop a like and the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to get yourselves over to IMAX in the next 20 minutes because JD will be doing a live show with regards to the Manchester City game against Spurs. So thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate you joining us. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you again on future shows. Bye for now.